Hello, everyone. Information and Analytical Service is in touch with you, Guru.Markets. We start with summary information about the company. If necessary, you can pause it. We invite you to look at all the parameters of the company under study in more detail. Now we will analyze the main fundamental indicators of the company Washington Trust Bancorp, Inc., ticker WASH. This review is based on current data as of March 21, 2025. By classification, Guru.Markets company Washington Trust Bancorp, Inc. belongs to the subcategory Bank Classic. 248 organizations take part in the comparison. This is very representative. We will look at the table of orders based on the results of this video. The result for the company is this, -7 out of 10 points. The average for the subcategory is 1.3 points. If you look broadly, within the US stock market as a whole, we can note that the average score for the entire US stock market is 1.9 points, against a score of -7 points for Washington Trust Bancorp. Comparing the dynamics of a company's share price, Washington Trust Bancorp, and subcategory companies, we can see that over the last 12 months, the company's shares Washington Trust Bancorp showed a change of 28.6%. 22.6% are against price changes in the subcategory. This clearly does not indicate anything, but it is necessary to keep this fact in mind. Market capitalization of the company Washington Trust Bancorp valued at $0.61 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $1,211 billion. Washington Trust Bancorp, Inc. accounts for a share of 0.05%. This is one of the very small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $0.5 billion, with a book capitalization of the subcategory of $999 billion. Washington Trust Bancorp, Inc. constitutes a share of 0.05%. Comparing the shares of stock exchange and balance sheet capitalization, we see the following. Share Washington Trust Bancorp, Inc. in a subcategory in case of market value assessment is 0.05%. The book value is 0.05%. This is 0% more than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of the market and book value of the subcategory, bad, -1 point. The organization's financial liabilities amount to $1.174 billion. Debt to book capitalization amounts to 234.8% of capital. Assessment of the company's financial obligations, very bad, -2 points. The balance of the company's market price to its profit is 0, with an average in the subcategory of 13.2, which is significantly worse than in the subcategory. Assessment of the stock price to profit ratio in comparison with companies in the subcategory, very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$28 million. Projected earnings for the coming 12 months are unknown. This is extremely bad for the company's prospects. Assessment of projected future profits in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The company's value to revenue ratio is 1.9. The subcategory average of 1.5 is 27% higher than the subcategory average. Assessment of the stock market value to revenue indicator in comparison with indicators in the subcategory, tolerable, -0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $310 million. Future revenue for the next 12 months is unknown. And this is very bad for the company's price. An assessment of the estimated future sales indicator in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The sales margin is -9%, with an average in the subcategory of 11.6%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 20.6%. Assessment of marginality in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share by number of personnel by subcategory is 0.047%. This is 6% less than the share of market capitalization. And this shows the discrepancy between the exchange value of the organization Washington Trust Bancorp, Inc., rather towards revaluation. The amount of market capital per company employee is $984,000. And in the subcategory, there are $924,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the organization's performance is 6.5%. Estimation of the company's market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, 0 points. The profit per individual employee is -$45.3 thousand, with the average in the subcategory, $69.9 thousand. And the difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 35%. Estimation of profit per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's revenue per employee is $505,000. In the subcategory, $601,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 19%. Estimation of revenue per company employee in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, -0.5 points. Shares shorted are 2.4%, compared with the subcategory average of 1.9%. This is an indicator of possible short squeeze risk. Technical indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 53% for the company Washington Trust Bancorp Incorporated. While in the subcategory, the RSI level, 14, is approximately 52%. Technically, securities of the subcategory are quoted approximately the same as company shares Washington Trust Bancorp Incorporated. The company's actual share price is approximately $31.53. The consensus price target for the company's shares is approximately $35.66. The dynamics of the actual price and the consensus forecast are approximately 13%. Let's look at the table of orders. It is available. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all decisions previously made this season by the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. As a result of the valuation of the company's securities, Washington Trust Bancorp. Information and reference system for stock valuation Guru.Markets. The following decision was made. Order to open sell at $31.54 per share. The deal was opened due to the fact that the company has a relatively low valuation. The company was assessed using the assessment model, the Akeem's Index. Take profit is set at 28.15. Stop loss is set at 34.93. In case the order is not closed by take profit or stop loss, then the order is closed automatically at the end of the session on April 20th, 2025, or on the last working day before the specified date. Ticker PCB will become the main by transaction. The video on the main order has already been published on this channel. when closing one of the orders, main or balancing. Another order is closed at the current level. Thank you audience for watching this video and for using the information system from Guru.Markets. You really are the coolest audience in the world.